Don't waste your good cocoa on inferior recipes for gluten-free brownies. Don't do it. Otherwise, you're going to get a gritty texture, you're going to get greasy brownies, and you're going to get a harsh, bitter chocolate taste. I'm going to show you how to get rid of all that for the best gluten-free brownies ever.
Thanks, Chef Sal. Let's get right to the flours. 80 grams of superfine white rice flour, 30 grams of tapioca starch, 28 grams of almond flour. That's all you need as far as flours go. You can't use one over the other. You have to have this ratio. Otherwise, you're going to get a gritty brownie, and you don't want that. So let's mix these together. Too much straight rice flour dries things out. The tapioca gives it stretch so it doesn't crumble. And almond flour adds moisture. This trio, this combo fixes the grit. Let's go over to the stove for the next step. I have 1 stick of unsalted butter on a medium-low flame, nice and easy. It just has melted just about now. And into that, we're going to add 150 grams granulated sugar and 55 grams of brown sugar. And let that melt in there. It will, don't worry. And just as it starts to really get into that melted stage, 50 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder, just get it in there. So to prevent the butter from solidifying and separating after it gets baked, ergo greasy brownies, which you don't want, we get this 2 tablespoons of mid-range tasting olive oil. They call it light olive oil. You don't want too much of an olive taste in your brownies. And that cocoa, it has a job too. It's going to absorb the fat, but only when it's hot. So again, none of that oil hanging out on the top of your brownies. And now we have taken care of a biggie, that greasy, oily brownie. I'm going to add now a little bit of espresso. We'll call it a half a teaspoon. And turn it down to low now. Let everything melt together. Now the espresso doesn't make it taste like coffee. It knocks down the bitterness, which is number 3 here. So putting that espresso in here while we're melting everything else together will take care of that bitterness that sometimes the cocoa gives you. Okay, that looks good, nice and smooth as you can see. Now let's turn the heat off. Add some vanilla. Teaspoon will do. Mix that in. All right, I have 2 eggs, room temperature. Large eggs, please. And I'm going to do what they call tempering these eggs. Bringing them up to the temperature of this other mixture, the chocolate and the sugars, etc. We don't want scrambled egg brownies, trust me. Okay, now let's get that whole thing in there. And we whisk that together. And now we have our flours back. And let's get that delicious chocolateness in here. And let's fold it all together. I have my oven at 325. I have my, call it a brownie pan, 8x8 or 9x9, that'll do. You're not looking at a lot of spreading out, as they say, because there's no baking powder or baking soda in here. These are going to be nice, thick, chewy brownies. And you want to bake these 28, 32 minutes at that 325. But no matter what I tell you, I still want you to put a toothpick in the middle, make sure it comes out clean, and that's when you're done. So check it after 15, 20 minutes.
There you have it, folks. Delicious gluten-free brownies. I'm going to break one open for you. See, this is where gluten-free brownies usually tell on themselves. You know what I mean? Look at that. No grit, and there is no oil. There's no grease in here, but they're moist. And let's check for the bitterness that goes in this mouth. They're so chewy, it's ridiculous. There's no bitterness whatsoever. Folks, this is it. Make these.